Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be having a look at the chapter tactics in the Kill Team Elites rulebook. Before we begin, if you'd like to see more videos like this one, please hit the subscribe button and destroy the bell button so that you never miss an upload. Cool. It says subfactions for models with the Adeptus Astartes faction keyword are called chapters, and their subfaction abilities are called chapter tactics. If your kill team battleforged, all the models in your kill team are drawn from the same chapter models in your kill team. Gain the chapter tactic described below, and you can use the chapter tactics. If your kill team is drawn from a chapter that does not have an associated chapter tactic, use the chapter tactic of the founder chapter. For example, Crimson Fists are a chapter of the Imperial Fists, so should use the chapter tactic of the Imperial Fists. If you're unsure of the chapter's founding, either consult the background of books or choose a chapter tactic from those below that best describes the character and fighting style. In some cases, the chapter a model is drawn from, it may change the model's war gear options. Where this is the case, these will be mentioned on the model's data sheet. Okay, interesting. So Dark Angel's Grim Resolve. Oh wait, so what I should silently mention is the fact that obviously, like the Tyranids, there's no downside, and it doesn't say about bringing other people in your teams. Yes, because you're going to be bringing all Space Marines, because Space Marines allegedly don't work very well together with other people. Cool. Dark Angel's Grim Resolve. You can reroll hit rolls of 1 for shooting attacks made by models in your kill team, including when firing Overwatch, that have not moved in the battle round. In addition, you can reroll the dice to determine whether or not your kill team is broken in the morale phase. So that's really good. Again, really shooty, and means they're going to be sticking around a lot more. Reroll whether your kill team is broken, and you'll also reroll the failed nerve test with the fact that you are, and they shall know no rules, Space Marines, basically. I'll try and do it a little bit faster, maybe, because there is a couple more on this one than any other kill team that I can see so far. White Scars, and I said White Lightning, that's a drink in the UK for the well-refined ladies and gentlemen of the street. White Scars, Lightning Assault. White Scars are true masters of the hunt. Theirs is the primal fury of the storm, the scent of the prey upon the wind. None can escape their righteous justice. When a model in your kill team advances, add 2 inches to the distance it can move. So a bit like this, the Speed Freaks one, possibly. Evil Sons, they get +1, don't they? Was it +2? Yeah, that's fine. +2. In addition, if the model in your kill team started movement phase 1 inch of an enemy, so a bit like Kraken and the Speed Freaks mixed. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but it's good. Again, if you're trying to get around, you can reroll advances. You add 2 to it, so you can move a possible 14 inches. That's what it explicitly says. But if you roll a 1 on your advance roll, you're going to be at least moving 9 inches in total, which is really good. And it's flexible in that you can charge instead of just standing about if someone else runs away, like I tend to do with my guardsmen, and then get them back in the fight. You can then charge them again, which is really good. Space Wolves, Hunters Unleashed. The Space Wolves train their whole lives for that moment where the battle is joined, after a long hunt, tensed for the kill, they spring forward to devastating effect. In any battle round which a model in your kill team was charged, made a pile move, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made by the fight in the fight phase. In addition, you can use the heroic intervention tactic if there are any enemy models within 6 inches rather than 3 inches of your commander, and when you do so, they can make a pile-in move of 6 inches rather than 3. So this is a good combat army, obviously, goes without saying, in the fact that you add 1 to your hit rolls, which is really good. If you charge, so you can have like a weapon skill of 2+ instead of a 3+, and I think, unless they've got any other special rules, which I might be missing, you are basically going to be keeping your commander alive, or if you're running with your commander, your other guys are going to be attacking and charging within 6 inches instead, which is actually really good. Quite impressed with that one. I mean, these are Space Marines, they are going to get the best. Best of the best. Imperial Fists, Siege Masters. None are as well versed in siege warfare as the Imperial Fists. No fortress world is safe from their pinpoint bombardments and disciplined fusillades of bolter fire. Models in your kill team do not suffer penalty to injury rolls for the target of their attacks being obscured within 1 inch of a model or piece of terrain that is between the two models. Iron Warriors all over again. Carbon copy. There's no difference. So one of them is wrong because it says, obviously I'm doing this because of the fluff, but it says none are as well versed in siege warfare, and the other one says that the others are better than anyone else, basically. Words to that effect. Not doing it justice, but yeah, there's obviously a bit of an argument between Iron Warriors and the Imperial Fists in the fluff, so kind of goes. Blood Angels, the Red Thirst. Though they strive to restrain it at every turn, the murderous ferocity of the Blood Angels simmers just beneath the surface of their thoughts. In battle, this rage can be used as a weapon, lending fearsome strength to the Blood Angels' blows. In any battle round in which a model from your kill team was charged, or made a power move, granted by heroic invention, add 1 to wound rolls for attacks made by the model in a fight phase. Again, as with Behemoth, no. One of the tiered ones, you could basically, it's like having a stronger attack, which is really good. Nothing wrong with that at all. Iron Hands. The flesh is weak. The Iron Hands seek transcendence through the replacement of their mortal flesh with cybernetics and metal augments. Such extensive modification renders them extremely difficult to kill. Roll a dice each time your model kill team loses a wound. On a 6, the damage is ignored, and the model does not lose a wound. If the model already has a similar ability, choose which effect applies, and reroll 1s when making these rolls. So that's good. Again, it's passive, but if you've already got a feel no pain effect, well, let's call it a feel no pain, you can reroll 1s and see which one goes. Instead of just picking the worst one or the best one, you can pick. There might be rolls that affect them, but the one thing that annoys me about this, I mean, obviously these are Space Marines, is the Leviathan, maybe? Maybe it's one of the Tyranid ones where you can you get a 6-up feel no pain. It doesn't allow you to reroll 1s, and it is only within 6 inches of a synapse creature. Again, fluff-wise, it works, but I think it's a little bit on the mean side, considering the Iron Hands get that as a basic, just any time with no things. But then again, right? If you wanted it easy, you would play Space Marines. No offense to any Space Marines players out there, but that's kind of why yeah, Space Marines can be 40k on easy mode. I'm not saying they're really easy all the time, because obviously everyone's lost with Space Marines, but it's shut up, stop ranting. We will go onto the Alterans Codex discipline. The sons of Gillman hold the tenets of the Codex Astartes as sacrosanct. In the fury of combat, its wisdom guides them, as they outmaneuver and overpower the foe with lethal precision. It says, add 1 to the leadership characteristic of all models in your kill team. In addition, models in your kill team can still shoot in a battle round in which they retreated or fell back. But if they do so, a 6 is required for the successful hit, irrespective of the firing model's ballistic skill or any modifiers. So similar to the Black Legion, adding 1 to the leadership, but theirs is different. I think this is... This is more passive than the other one, than Black Legion. Black Legion's is slightly better, in that you can advance and fight. The other one's more aggressive, this one's more passive. So you would see them maybe fighting against each other, fluff-wise and rule-wise. It's like a mirror of the other one, but like not quite a mirror. Salamanders, Master Artisans. The Salamanders are peerless craftsmen, capable of forging weapons of outstanding quality and lethal power from the furnaces of Nocturne. You can reroll a single failed hit roll, a single failed wound roll in each phase, as long as the attack was made by a model in your kill team. So that does mean you can't use a reroll on someone else's. That makes sense. However, I believe the Death Skulls is actually better than this one, because they get that one. They can reroll single failed and hit roll, and they get a 6-up feel no pain, invulnerable save. So the Death Skulls work better than them in that respect. However, obviously Space Marines, those guys hit on 3s most of the time, so it's possibly better. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's why they think he's get a 6-up invulnerable save to counteract the Space Marine shooting effectively. Raven Guard, Shadow Masters. From the Shadows strike the Raven Guard, emerging with dizzying speed to gut the foe before they can react. Models in your kill team are considered to be obscured to the enemy that targets them if they are more than 12 inches away from those models. That is a carbon copy of the let's see, Legion traits. Let me find it. Sorry, I'm flicking through this whilst we are talking right now. Where was we looking? Yeah, Alpha Legion. It is a carbon copy of Alpha Legion, so obviously Alpha Legion, fluff-wise and rule-wise, are kind of Raven Guard's mirror, basically. Black Templars. Righteous Zeal. True believers in the Imperial Creed, the Black Templars wish for nothing more than to slaughter the heretic and the Xenos in the name of the God Emperor. You can reroll charge rolls for models in your kill team. That's very self-explanatory. That is exactly the same as a lot of other ones. It's a good one if you're building a combat-based kill team. I mean, I don't know which way around you do it. You could do it. There's definitely tactics to do it, and it wouldn't be a bad thing. Coupled with the fact that mainly Space Marines are good at shooting anyway, but it would make them slightly better at combat. Is it too passive? I don't know. I think if you're going shooting, Raven Guard, possibly. Salamanders are okay, but it says a single failed and hit wound roll in each phase. So I suppose, sorry, I'm just going back and reading through the rules. The Salamanders are okay because you would get one in the shooting phase and one in the fight phase as well. So that's not that bad. But I still think if you're going shooting, you probably bring in the Raven Guard, stand back and shoot. And I personally think that the Ultramarines is too passive. I might be missing a trick here, so tell me if I am in the comments down below. And I think the Iron Hands is again very passive, but it's okay. It's better than the other ones. I've got a 6-up feel no pain mostly. Fighting, you are probably going to be bringing Blood Angels to the fight or Space Wolves. I think Space Wolves are more likely to hit, and the Blood Angel more likely to wound. That kind of goes without saying. So it depends. If you're bringing a lot of if you're bringing a lot of guys to fight, maybe bring the add one to the wound rolls. If you're bringing more specialised fighters with power fists, that kind of thing, then maybe bring the Space Wolves, because you're going to be hitting more often. So your power fists are going to be hitting on 3s instead of 4s, which is good. If you want to move around the board, White Scars and White Lightning, and Dark Angels are really good for shooting. If you're going to be standing still, they're going to stand stick around a lot longer. But if you really want to know your foe, Raven Guard is probably the overall general best, but shooting, go for Dark Angels. I think we'll call the video there, because it's maybe gone on a little bit of a while. Let me know what you think. If you think I've made errors, if you think I'm completely right, then you go for it. Tell me down below. And as ever, thank you very much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much.